one where she dedicated herself with a lot of effort and a lot of passion to the projects that she took on. So on behalf of myself and council, I'd like to present you with the gift of our appreciation.
Councillor, I enjoyed my last 4 years. I'm not leaving because I didn't enjoy it. I looked at my bucket list, and my bucket list kept growing of things I wanted to do. And my age kept growing, unfortunately. And I thought, oh wow, I'm still healthy, and I'm still able to get around, so I think I want to go out and do some other things. I promised Sandy that I will sell, Chris Johnson and I will sell banners for Canada Day. I promised Wayne that we will work on the garden party again, and I don't know what else he wants to rope me into, but you know, there are things I still want to hang around and do. But I just, on the side, want to spend some time with a new granddaughter that I have that's almost 8 months old, that I absolutely adore, and also travel a bit more while the insurance rates are lower. I'm so proud of the things that we accomplished in 4 years. Sometimes it's not the quantity, it's the quality, and I think our quality of being a council that worked really hard to make things happen really shows now. When you drive through downtown, it's like you can see what it's going to be like, you know, and that was a big job in a short time, and I'm really proud at how fast that happened. I'm also proud of the things that we did. I'm proud of what we did last week with the school board. I mean, you know, just hoping that we can save Bridgewater High is one of the major things. I'm also very proud that we saved the outdoor pool. I'm proud of, like Councillor McGuinness has said, about how good we did with being transparent with the public, being out there, talking to them. I think that made a really big difference, because before, I don't think people really knew who their council was or what municipal government really was. Now they have an idea, and they know what we do, and they know that we listen, and that we do bring their issues forward and try to make Bridgewater a better place. And I feel it's a great place. I mean, I've lived here all my life, and I'm just always amazed when I go someplace and they'll say, like, for instance, this is the funniest thing. My sister and I were horseback riding in Montana, and there was this family who was there from Utah. And so the family from Utah asked us where we were from. And my sister said, I'm from Calgary. And they said, oh, I've never been there. So anyway, I said, well, I'm from a place you're never going to know where it is. I said, I'm from Bridgewater, Nova Scotia. And the wife said, Bridgewater, I know that really well. She said, I love your exhibition. When I was a kid, I used to come to Bridgewater to the exhibition. And I'm thinking, I'm in Montana, horseback riding, and they don't know where Calgary is, and they know where Bridgewater is, and they're from Utah. I'm just going, I'm amazed. And it happens a lot of times. You go to different places and you find out that people actually do know where Bridgewater is, and that we are on the map. And we have been on the map for a long, long time, but the things that are happening now are really, really showing who we are and what we stand for. And I'm just so proud of this time that I've had on council. And I thank everybody.
Senior member, not in age, but senior member of council who's been around here now for 16 years. Mayor Walker has been with us around this table for 25 years and will be receiving his 25-year pin from the Union of Nova Scotia Municipalities this November. I had the pleasure of serving 16 years with David, and I have a few things I just want to bring up here to. Nothing serious. I'm not going to talk about your golf game, David. David was the conscience of the council ever since I've been around the table. He's displayed what I call a high level of integrity around the table. Oftentimes, once he listened to a different point of view, he could change his mind. He never stuck to his opinion just for the sake of sticking to his opinion. He had a very open mind in all topics and was very, very, very good in that area. Always displayed a strong sensitivity for those who are less fortunate. And to me, that's a mark of every individual. And David certainly did that during his time on council. Tom is mayor, and he doesn't get enough credit. I'm going to give him a lot of credit here this evening. David Walker led the town for 4 years. During that time, and I just may jot down a few highlights. David was the mayor when we lowered the tax rate for the town. We were rated as one of the fastest growing towns in Atlantic Canada. It was voted the best place to raise a young family. It was voted the most friendly, senior-friendly town in the province. And one of the biggest things he done was, and it was his idea, was he improved the communications to the residents of our town. We now have a quarterly newsletter called The Bridge that every resident in the town receives. I think that's important. But he done something else. He also had council visit every business in town once a year. And I remember my first visit, I was with, I think, Jennifer McDonald. We were on North Street, and we walked into Mr. Bob Richards' office. And Bob couldn't believe it. I thought he was going to have a heart attack right then. He said, actual two politicians walking in to ask my opinion. He said, where am I living? So he was really impressed with that. And so, again, that was an initiative of the mayor, along with all councilors going over on a quarterly basis to set up shop in a business and take questions from whoever might want to ask a question of the councilors. So under David, we became a very open council to our community. The highlights of David's term, in my view, and it's one that's taking place right now in the downtown of Bridgewater. It's a major project in Take Back the Riverbank. I think we're going to see dividends of that going long into the forward in the future. And I must say that, and I use the term around council table. Anyone that watches Dr. Phil, which I don't, but I did watch it once. He uses the term a life-changing moment. I think that Take Back the Riverbank project is a life-changing moment for the town of Bridgewater. And I think it's really, really important. And that's one of David's goals for a long, long time, and it's come to fruition right now. The other leaders are smaller ones. I mean, the town, under David's leadership, has the lowest debt it's had since my time on council, and I researched it back to 20 years, and it's never been lower. At the same time, our reserves have never been higher, cash reserves. So those are all important. There's other initiatives that David took that were important to our town that we will see benefits of going forward. I won't go into detail here tonight. But the biggest thing that Dave has that I think that I admire most for is the fact that he is a family man. David has grandkids, and I know that he absolutely worships them. He worships all of his family and spends more time than he probably should, if that's possible with family, because he is absolutely a dedicated family person. So David, on behalf of the town, on behalf of your fellow councilors and all the councilors you served in the past, a token of our appreciation. I will mention one thing, and this is important. Councilor Thorburn, myself, and the mayor golfed about a week ago. And David shot the best score he's ever shot with me up at Osprey Ridge Golf Club, and he never had his cell phone, he never answered the phone once. And that's the reason. Thank you.